Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is my Triumph Thruxton R. Picked it up back in July of this year. Love the bike to death. It's been amazing to ride. However, there's only one small problem. There's a bit of play in the throttle. So there's a company that came out with a product, and apparently it's supposed to remove the amount of play within the housing itself. So what they came out with was these two little pieces of plastic that apparently go into the housing itself. And what it does is it reduces the amount of play in the actual throttle. Now, I've been online, I did my research. It doesn't make a huge difference, but it makes a noticeable difference. So what we're going to do is we're going to get into that right now. Before we get into the install, just a quick reminder, if you're not comfortable working on your own motorcycle, please take it to someone who's mechanically inclined. Okay, before we start, these are the two things that you'll need. You'll need a number 2 Phillips, and you'll need the tri-wing bit that comes with the kit itself. And obviously you'll need your spacers as well. So that's all you'll need to get the install done. It also comes with, like I mentioned before, instructions that you can follow, steps 1 through 20. Okay, so here's the throttle housing. What you'll need to do with your number 2 Phillips is loosen this one right here, and on the underside, this one right here. And then with your bit that comes with the kit, you'll need to loosen and remove this one right here and this one right here. What I also suggest doing is, if you've never done this before, is take pictures so that you have an idea of how things go back together. So this is the way the throttle assembly looks once you remove the upper portion of it. Also, once you've removed the top portion, you'll need to slide the throttle tube as far as back as possible, just so you have access to this little piece of plastic, as well as, I don't know if you could see it, but that little piece right there. The reason being is that's what you'll need to stick your spacers over that come with the kit. Another thing to mention, they do recommend that you use a flathead screwdriver. Okay, so I have the first spacer installed. What I did was separated the throttle as much as possible. Then I put the spacer in this little space right there, and then I pushed the throttle tube back towards the housing, push it into place. So that's the first one. That's the way it should look as per the instructions. It should be sitting flush. I'll be back in a second once I get that second one installed. Here you can see the second one that I've installed. So I haven't used a flathead just yet to push it all the way back towards the housing, which I'll do right now. Just finished up with the install. The smaller of the two spacers is sitting right there. If you come over here, the larger one is right down in there. Just finished the reassembly. Just keep in mind that when you're putting everything back together, just don't over tighten the screws. The last thing you need to do is potentially strip your throttle housing. It's quite amazing how those two pieces of plastic have removed most, if not all, of the play from the throttle. The play has been virtually eliminated. So the next step is get her on the road and see how the actual product pans out. Unfortunately, here it's winter, so I can't do that right now. But the minute I do have a chance, I'll do a quick review of the spacers just to make sure that everything is where I want it to be, and also to make sure that I'm happy with the end product.